Hey guys! So sa isang gabi, pinakita sa akin ng isang kaibigan ko isang medyo controversial na video sa YouTube tungkol to sa Pilipinas Got Talent kay alam mo na or pag hindi mo pa alam, scroll down sa baba yun yung YouTube link sa yung video na yan. Panoorin mo muna bago ka magtuloy dito sa video ko kasi baka hindi mo maintindihan kung anong sinasabi ko. So go! 1, 2, 3, go!
I'm very sorry you cannot use me.
Sorry.
Yes. Firstly,
You can ask for yourself.
when you see that, ano sabi doon?
Pilipinas Got Talent.
Oh, magtagalog ka muna bago mo ako kausapin.
Okay, I'll teach you. Okay.
So, sa tingin ninyo, may problema ba? May mali ba ginawa? Sa totoo lang, medyo na-speechless ako kasi hindi ko alam anong reaction ko dapat dito eh. Okay, never mind, wait lang, wag na. Hindi na ako magtatagalog. Gusto ko na mag-Itaglish na lang kasi mas komportable ako dyan. And I'm sure that's exactly what Juan actually felt there kasi syempre, he's Korean. Kasi, 10 years na siya dito pero siguro mas makomportable siya talaga sa English. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, back to what was I saying is I'm not sure what to feel because I've actually encountered something like this before. Most of you probably know is that I actually grew up in Hong Kong. I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in Hong Kong, moved back to Philippines to study in UP, and I first encountered that actually in UP. So I think it was this one class. I don't want to say it because it might be too obvious, and my prof might be watching. So anyways, this is the story. So I was one of the first classes. I told the prof, I don't really speak Tagalog. Can you please try to teach a little bit more in English? This is exactly what he says. Richard, I appreciate you coming to talk to me about this, but you're in my country. You adjust to me. I don't adjust to you. I'm like, what? I got shocked, man. I really got shocked. I didn't expect that from a professor. Honestly, like, I am Filipino also, and then the way he said that to me made me feel like I'm not Filipino. I'm like, that's why I told my prof, yo, prof, I'm Filipino too. It's just that I grew up abroad. I didn't get to learn the language very well. So after that day, that was really when I started to really motivate myself and actually learn the language. Kaya ngayon, 7 years na ako dito, medyo kaya na ako mag-Tagalog. Pero syempre hindi naman Tagalog, pero Taglish. So anyway, that's my backstory, my quick backstory. Actually, because of this controversy, there were so many thoughts that was running in my mind. Like, unang-una, what makes a Filipino Filipino? Do you have to be born in the Philippines? Do you have to have Filipino blood? Kailangan ba magaling mag-Tagalog? Kailangan ba brown yung skin? Kailangan ba super hospitable? Kailangan ba mahilig kumain ng, I don't know, balot? Palabok? So ano ba talaga? Ako? Am I a Filipino to you guys? So I remember during my Big Brother days, after the whole thing, like I was reading comments and tweets and Facebook posts and all that stuff. Like people were saying like, "Oh man, why is Richard in Big Brother? He's not even Filipino. Oh, why is Richard in Filipino?" So again, like seriously, like what is Filipino? Like, do you have to have a passport, and does that make you Filipino? Like, I mean, do you have to look like a typical Filipino to be a Filipino? Like, what is a Filipino? Jesus, what is a Filipino? Seriously, like, I mean, I carry a Filipino passport. Technically, you know what's funny? Technically speaking, I'm a natural-born Filipino. I mean, I was born in the Philippines. My parents were both born. No, my parents, were both born in the Philippines, and yeah, technically speaking, I'm more Filipino than Grace Poe. I can run for president if I really want to. Let that sink in. To be honest, if you think about it, whenever someone gains worldwide or global fame who is part Filipino, like a quarter, half, or even a third, am I saying a third? That doesn't make sense. An eighth, there we go, an eighth. Everyone will be like, yeah, Pinoy pride, Filipino wins, yes. I mean, but the thing is, do those people even think they're Filipino? So imagine this, let's say there's a Filipino couple. They were born and raised here, they moved to the US, let's say 20 years ago, so then they gave birth, they built a life there, everything's there and everything's in the US. And now their kids, who are basically born there, raised there, went to school there, made American friends, made, everything, all their life there basically. But they don't speak Tagalog and they are pretty much, don't do odd stuff. Are they still Filipino? And what about number two, which is if a French couple moved to the Philippines from France. They, settled here, lived here all their life. So their kids went to school here, went to a local school here, speaks Tagalog, loves balut. But, their skin color is basically white and they're Caucasian. They don't look anything like a quote-unquote typical Filipino. Are they Filipino for you? I'm not going to answer any of those questions. I just want you guys to really think about it. What makes a Filipino Filipino? At the end of the day, for me, being a Filipino is just how you feel, like how you identify yourself. Don't let other people tell you what you're supposed to be. People tell me I'm not Filipino all the time. The thing is, I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm Filipino and I'm also Chinese. I can be both. We live in a world right now where it's beautiful. We're lucky. At the end of the day, for me, I feel like this is just how an individual feel or identify about themselves. It's not something that the public or the outsiders or the other people tell you. It's just how you feel. Do you feel Filipino? Do you identify yourself as a Filipino? Honestly, like I was saying, people out there who have in global stage who have made a lot of money or have global fame, who are, let's say, 1/4 Filipino, do they think they're Filipino? Do they really think they're Filipino? They say they are Filipino, but do they really feel it? Do they really think that way? To be honest, I have so many Chinese friends who are basically born and raised here. They speak Filipino more than they speak English, Chinese, or anything. That's number one. And number two is they are I actually have a lot of friends that are Chinese or even Korean who technically have lived here all their life. They were born here, raised here, went to school here, actually married here, pretty much have their whole life here. And yet, a lot of people don't see them as Filipino. For me, they are Filipino. Their whole life is here. The culture, everything, they're just used to being here. And for me, that's being Filipino. Just because you don't have the blood line of being Filipino does not make you not a Filipino. Like for me, if they identify themselves as Filipino more than they are as Chinese. So I don't know. We now live in a world where we don't feel one nationality anymore. We don't feel one race. We don't feel one culture, because everything is so mixed up. We are now so multicultural because of technology. We can fly to Hong Kong in 2 hours. We can fly to the US in 18 hours, and what is that? This was unheard of 200 years ago. So with one click of a button, you can watch shows in the US, watch shows from the UK, watch shows from Japan, watch shows from Korea, from Hong Kong, from China, everywhere. You can pretty much watch anything, anywhere nowadays, to be honest. You can even read news about America, about Europe, about Syria, about, we're all just connected right now. I don't know what I'm trying to lead to anymore. I think I've diverted too far away from the original topic, and now I'm trying to put everything back together. But I think we just really gotta stop segregating people. Stop segregating, stop categorizing them, stop separating them. I know, we just live on one earth. Why don't we just all call each other earthlings? I don't know. I guess for Robin, he's just someone who's defending his country. I know I was saying earlier how we should all just be one collective unit called Earth or whatever, but well, I guess maybe he just got offended by Juan's claim that he's Filipino at heart, but he does not even speak Filipino despite him living here for 10 years. So I don't know. To me, I just like language. Is why I kind of forced myself to learn it, and I'm glad that I forced myself to learn it. Of course, hindi pa ako super magaling, and I don't know if I'll ever get to that level. Pero at least kung mag-uusap tayo, dire-diretso na din ang pwede mag-Tagalog na may Taglish na Taglish lang sabi ko. Fluent ako sa Taglish, hindi fluent sa Tagalog. Pero siguro dun sa simula, dun sa nagsabi ni Juan na when Vice asked Juan, do you speak Tagalog? And he said no. So maybe Robin got offended there. Maybe he just thought that he probably should know how to speak Tagalog since he's been here for 10 years, and he said he's Filipino by heart. When Juan was performing or doing his act already, he he was able to understand or speak some Tagalog words without Angel actually trying to teach. Oh, and of course, gotta say kudos to Angel for really diverting the tension that G1 probably had. And of course, good job, G1. I mean, I would probably be freaking my out like from all that stuff from Robin, like with that really angas look na parang. The very manly look that I mean I would probably have shat my pants. Anyway, but I mean nabawi naman si Kuya Robin towards the end when he said what did he say again? He said something about like, yeah, believe ako sa'yo na under pressure ka tapos magaling pa yung act. Something like that. But I mean, for me, I just think that G1 probably wasn't very comfortable speaking Tagalog because, of course, that's not his first language. He probably is still learning it, and if you're performing on national TV, you want to feel confident with what you're saying. So what he's confident with is his English. I mean, probably Korean too, but the judges will not understand Korean. And Philippines is the country that, I mean, under our constitution, like 1987's constitution, is that Filipino and English are the two official language. But the national language, of course, is Filipino, but they're still official language. So, and people from other countries come to the Philippines they come to the Philippines and love the Philippines because we speak English here. And that's something that's a very Pinoy trait. Like, we Pinoys know how to speak English. So I think that's one thing that we should, we should be proud that we're able to speak both languages, like Filipino and English. Well, anyways, to sum up the incident on what happened, I think it was just a bit, people were just, surprised at the hostility that Robin was actually giving to G1, and I think it probably could have been delivered better. Like, the intentions were good. Like, he's just very patriotic. He loves the Philippines. We all know that. And medyo nagulat lang siguro tayo lahat kaya ganito yung reaction natin. So I'm sure he means the best. Like he also said, like parang like a brother or a tatay like teaching the kid or something. So yeah, I hope those things settle down and we're all happy and there's no beef or stuff happening. So anyways, that's pretty much it about my thoughts. So I'm actually curious, what do you guys think makes a Filipino? Just comment down below, tell me what you guys feel. I'm always curious. Like, it's something that I might make another video about because, what makes a Filipino? Peace out, guys.